Hey guys, so anyway, today I am going to be making a short video, and I love like ghosts and stuff. Like I'm obsessed with like the paranormal and stuff, and I've seen some paranormal stuff, and so today I'm gonna be sharing a paranormal experience, the stuff that I've had, stuff my friends and me faced, and like stuff that my relatives have faced and stuff. Yeah, if you want to word it like that. And like there's like maybe a couple experiences that happened with a Ouija board. So let's start with the things that. Well, I'm gonna say what happened to my uncle. Like he's about like probably 20 at the time, and he lived like in the rural kind of like rural, like well, like the opposite of urban, like in the village country kind of like near the farm and stuff. Yeah. So there's like a graveyard near his house, and he was like riding his bike past it. It was like after midnight, and I didn't even know why you go after midnight, but whatever. It was back in like the 80s, so I guess people did that back then. And so yeah, so he was riding his bike, and then all of a sudden like he just saw this man like walk like out of the graveyard across the street, and like he's like wearing all the old-fashioned clothes like from the 1800s. When he got home, he was really freaked out. He was convinced that he had seen a ghost because, well, let's just say it would obviously be that because like it wouldn't be like and it was late at night, so it couldn't just be like anybody. So he was convinced that he had seen a ghost. The next one I want to tell you, I'm only like my grandma's seen lots and lots of stuff, but I'm only gonna say one thing that she's seen because I won't make this video too long. So she had seen. See, she was like where she lives, like before she moved to our other house, there was like the dining room and the kitchen, like she in the living room, the dining room was like connected to the living room and connected to the kitchen, and there's like no doorway covering the dining room or the kitchen, so you could like see right through and see the kitchen. And she saw a man walk into her kitchen, and she was the only one home that night, and like now like she won't stay home by herself, and she was like so scared, and she's very very superstitious. So yeah. The next thing, my friend, um, she like was at her uncle's house, and they had like this huge painting on the wall, and she was sleeping over there, and she slept over, and then when she woke up the next morning, the painting was lowered, like, and she just thought, oh, maybe somebody like moved it down there or something. And then they all went out for a bit, and then when they got back, the painting was lying on the floor, and the nail was still on the wall. And that's kind of like impossible, because like you can't take a painting out unless you take the nail out, right? And so she was really creeped out, and everybody was creeped out, and so they put the painting back up, and then yeah, so really yeah. Then the next, I'm gonna tell you my mom. My mom her grandpa had just died a couple days ago, and she was like, not like a couple days ago, like literally like back when she was like 20, no, she's like 40 something, I don't know. So yeah, so when she was 20, she was like sleeping, and she felt somebody lie on her bed, and she like opened her eyes, and she like reached out, and she couldn't, like there's nobody there, and she was like really scared because like she felt like somebody had been watching her. And so, yeah, I would be really freaked out if that was me. But yeah. And then my grandpa, he was lying on his bed, and his feet were dangling down. He felt like somebody was grabbing his legs and tugging them under the bed. And then, yeah. So those are like all the paranormal stuff that happened to my relatives. Now it happened to my friends. I was at my friend's birthday party, and and her mom was talking about a Ouija board, and how her mom and her mom's friends were playing with them when they were teenagers. So we begged and begged if we could play with one. So we went in the basement, and we kind of like lowered the lights a little bit, like not too much, like it was complete like darkness, but like just a little. And so we started like asking questions, just like questions of like how old are we, when are we gonna die, and stuff like that. And then we asked, and then she had a book, like it was like I'm not sure if you've heard of these, but like like dragonology and piratology, like those kind of books and stuff. Like yeah, well, she had one of the books, and it was like compass in the middle, and it sometimes moved a little bit, like when you jumped around and stuff. But then when we were like talking to her, we asked, like my friend asked if she could show us how the spirit was here, and so the compass started moving like this as fast as it could, like look how my fingers moving like this, how fast it like this is, and usually if it moved, it would go like this, like that. And so we were so freaking scared. Like then we ran upstairs and we wouldn't stay in the basement at all the rest of the night. We didn't go in the basement at all, so we were very, very scared. Then the next time, and then now, like, on to experiences that my friends have had. Like, one of my friends, she would, like, look at her, like, after we played the Ouija board, after we went home, she called me and she told me that, like, she was just sitting on her bed and there was, like, a shadow. Like, a full-size shadow moving across her wall. And, like, it couldn't have been her shadow because she was just sitting down reading. And, like, the shadow, like, it was, like the shadow was, like, all of a sudden, like, it was, like, walking, like, just moving across the wall. And then the door, like, her door would start swinging open. And then her door, like, starts swinging open. And then she'd hear her name being called. And then, like, she'd yell, stop. And, like, the door would stop. And she was so scared. And actually, I'd be really, really scared, too. So, yeah. And the stuff that now I'm gonna show the stuff that happened to me. It's not like that scary, but it's like it was stuff that would freak you out. Like maybe like make your hair on your back of your neck rise, or give you goosebumps, but nothing that scary. Like every time I'm alone, I would hear like footsteps upstairs and like heavy footsteps, and I hear like heavy breathing and stuff, and I get really scared. And that happens a lot. Like, no joke. That happens, like, every time I'm alone. And even, like, sometimes. Like, sometimes I'll be in the shower. And, like, a couple days ago, I was in the shower and, I heard heavy footsteps. And I thought, outside of the bathroom door, I thought it was my brother. Because he likes to scare me. Because he knows I can get scared so easily. Because, like, paranormal and stuff. And hauntings and stuff. And so after I got out of the shower, I walked downstairs and like to my brother, I'm like, why'd you do that? And he's like, what did I do? And I'm like, you were making heavy footsteps outside the door. And he's like, no, I wasn't. And he said he was playing the wheel the whole time. And I can tell when he's lying and when he's not, and he wasn't lying. So, I'm convinced that, like, it was a ghost or something. And then another time, like, my stepmom, her family's from South Carolina, and so we went over there for, during Christmas. And I had to sleep in the living room. And I hate the living room. It's really creepy because there's like some old paintings on the wall and old portraits and stuff, like old like black and white photos from like the 1800s. And when I was staying over there, I saw like this old lady walking around the living room, and then I heard like this really like deep voice whispering, and like I could tell like that it was not my dad. Because my dad, he was sleeping and the bedroom door was shut. And, like, my dad can snore, but, like, not that much. Like, very lightly. Like, he won't snore at all, like, really, at times. And so, I could obviously tell it wasn't him. And, like, it was actually, like, somebody was talking. And it was so freaking creepy. And I even thought it'd be, like, my stepmom's dad. But it couldn't have been because he was sleeping. And he, like, you could tell it wasn't him. And his bedroom is, like, all the way down the hallway and, like, far from the living room, so I could tell. And then, like, the next morning, I asked my stepmom, and she's like, that when she was younger, she played with a Ouija board, and then ever since she did that, she could see little kids, she could see old ladies, she could see a lot of stuff. And so I got really freaked out, and so now I won't sleep in the living room. And then one time, me and my brother, we were there, and we couldn't go to sleep, like, and we were sitting, like, we were awake at 2 in the morning because we could hear like dishes rattling in the sink as if somebody was going through them, but everybody else was asleep. So yeah, I could get really, really scared. And so yeah, so basically that is all the paranormal stuff that happened to me. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll probably be making more paranormal videos, like of other stuff that I've seen or other stuff my friends don't care if I see. And if you've seen any paranormal things or any creepy true stories, feel free to comment down below, or you can go to a website called coldspot.org, and they have really good stuff too. So you could get a free investigation, or you can submit your own true story on the website. So, I'm sorry. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Bye.